Hi, I'm Stephen Boyle and this is the AP Net Solutions video tutorial of the Cpanel overview. The Cpanel is where you can add emails, delete emails, change email passwords, view stats and set up default addresses as well. So if you're interested in this, just drop us an email asking for your Cpanel details and you'll get a response with a link that will look something like this, and your username and password. You can you should be able to click on the link on the from the email and then it will open up automatically. I'm going to actually type it in. You've got to remember as well to put in the HTTP and then your domain name, then :2082. I'm actually going through the server address, so as you can see. And once you've clicked on the link or typed it in or copied it from the email, you'll come up with a username and a password. That will also be on the email. I'm just going to type my username in there. If you are going to copy the password from the email, I'm just going to show you an example. Make sure you don't copy any spaces. So if I, for example, want to copy this password here, and I carry on, as you can see, this area here, that's actually copying a space, so it won't work. So when you are copying, just to the end, the last character, and then you should be able to copy that in without any problems. So let's go back. I'm just going to type mine in. They are case sensitive, so if you do have capital letters, they do need to be capitals. And just remember that O's and U's, O's and zeros, ones, L's and I's can look similar. So it could be that the characters are misread. So once you've signed in, you'll come up with a welcome new user. This is allows you to actually view some other video tutorials of the Cpanel, and you got a get started wizard as well. I'm just going to close that for the time being. So this is the Cpanel. This is how it looks. Scroll down. So there's quite a few functions there, but we're not going to. Most of these we're not going to touch, to be honest. Now if we go to the top, you got your preferences at the top here. So you got getting started wizard and video tutorials. This is a change password for the Cpanel. I advise not to do this, because if you do change the password to your Cpanel, your software most probably won't work, and there will be a charge of getting that sorted because we'd have to compile a new software for you. So if we scroll down, this is where we set up email accounts and set up default addresses here and MX entries. Files, don't worry too much about. Logs, we can look at AW stats, another tutorial. And then security, domains, database, software and services, and advanced, don't worry too much about. So we're just going to cover the email accounts, default addresses and AW stats. The other important element of the Cpanel is the stats down the left hand side just here. This tells you how much monthly bandwidth transfer you're using. That's your standard hosting package, is 5,000 megabytes, and your disk space usage as well. So that's how many files are stored on your hosting area. So that could be, that there is actually my website files, and you can have your email stored, your emails actually stored on the server as well. You can set up Outlook to download from the server then delete, but I'd advise to have a backup. The server is backed up, but if you are going to download them and then delete them off the server to save space, you might want to get an external hard drive just to copy them over. So in the future tutorials, we're going to look at email accounts, default addresses and AW stats as well. Also, just quickly going back to the stats, when this maxes out, you have a little bar at the bottom showing you how much usage you've got out of your total. The site will say something along the lines of over quota or out of space, so you'll either need to upgrade if it's bandwidth, or if you have a disk space issue and that's topped out, you either need to clear out your email accounts or you can upgrade that as well. So always keep your eye on that just to make sure that's not too close to the limit. You will get an email if that is the case, and your site, if it hits the limit, could stop working. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And that's the cPanel. Next tutorial we'll be talking about setting up email accounts. At the end of each session, make sure you log out, and that's just telling you that you've logged out. So I hope that helps. Thanks for listening.